Welcome back, man. Episode 78 of BrickShots with Billy and Antonio. Antonio, how you feeling, man? How'd y'all like the new logo, the new little intro kind of thing?
Hey, I'm good, man. You see me. Shout out to AB for the brim. I'm
Antonio Brown?
No. Adrian Butler, my partner, my roommate.
Okay.
Shout out to him for the brim. My grandma shining out here. Everything good, man. So a little bit of news. I'm probably going back under the knife. So yeah, native medicine got to go back at least 3 times for them to get it right. So I'm hoping like maybe they can knock it out of the park on the second one. Other than that, bro, I'm trying to get back down there with you, Billy, and be a CB again. Fuck it. But everything's good, man. Excited to talk about the show. Real quick, prayers goes out to Chris. Hope he's still living because he need that. Because if he lose that, he ain't living. So prayers goes out to him. Matt, you made it professional this week, man. How does that feel?
I put the toes away. I'm out here. But other than that, I'm doing well. I'm living in 4K. Great.
It looks good. It looks good. Fabo, what's going on with you? I call you Fabo because that shirt reminds me of
Fabo. I'll take it. Man, I'm good. The wait for football is over. We here. I'm excited to get into it, watch it. Even though it's going to be a long 6 months, it feels like a job trying to keep up with all of it. Hey,
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. We ain't started getting paid yet, but when we do, well, it's already a job. You're the media now, so it is a job keeping up with it.
Right.
It's like a second job away from my job. Once we get paid for it, though, it'll make more sense. Billy, how you doing? You the only one that didn't say nothing.
No, I'm good. Hanging out, got some leave in me, so can grow out a little something about 2-3 days. So hopefully the next show I'll have more hair on my face than my head, so that'll always be clutch. But I'm doing great, man. Can't wait to start college football. Really excited about this show. Thankful for the new logo.
2 or 3 days, you can pull off a beard.
Yeah.
Hey, Christian, what do you use, bro? So I got eczema, bro, really, really bad. So this is hard. This is like a month, bro. And I really want what you got, Christian, a little less nappy, but I want that right there. I really do, bro. Because I
just use coconut oil.
I feel like, bro, it's 2 things in Mississippi that you need to get any woman you want. Either a beard and a job or dreads. And you don't got to have a job if you got dreads. It's just, that's what it is.
Yeah, but that's pretty accurate right there.
That doesn't matter?
Yeah, it don't matter.
What is it?
But while we getting fun facts out today, Billy, what's yours for the day?
So today,
also, what does WCA stand for?
William Clay Adams. That's my initials.
See, and I think people gonna look at that and be like, they not really friends. Because I know William. What's the Clay?
Clabe. C-L-A-B. Clabe. It's like Caleb.
They fall asleep when they gave you your middle name?
I don't know. It's my dad's.
They write it out.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's my dad's middle name, so that was mine then.
See, Billy, now, if I didn't know about Clave. I knew William. Now they're going to be like, them motherfuckers ain't friends.
I do take issue of that also every time. People, I was like, "That's not your friend," and you're like, "Yes, it is." I don't know how to answer this question now.
Yeah, bro. Goddamn. Billy knows my name, people, because it stands out more than Clave, I think. Go, Billy. Don't let me down.
What's that?
Don't let me down. What's my name, Billy?
Oh, Quatez. Yeah, no, that's
exactly. There we go, bro. But what's your fun fact of the day?
So, fun fact. Fun fact might be. I don't know if it's necessarily fun, but it's definitely very interesting.
Fact of the day, then.
There we go. On this day, in 1963, Martin Luther King gave us the famous "I Have a Dream" speech. I'm just going to quote it real fast. We've all heard it 1,000 times, but this would not be a good show if I did not pay homage to it. I still have a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. One day this nation will rise up and live up to its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Just a great part of the show. Or of the
probably one of the top 5 speeches in history. Me and Billy, Matt and Christian out here making the dream. If you look diagonally, me and Christian, both real ones, and then you look over there and Matt and Billy, they are 2 white guys and we get along just fine.
Would practice by AI be number 1?
Close.
It is close.
Number 1 is going to the decision.
You think so?
No.
LeBron?
Right.
Nah, number 1 is I'm a man. I'm 40. That's number 1.
Like Martin Luther King, and then it's like, practice. I'm a man.
No, we gotta give it to Dennis Green.
Dan Campbell, kneecaps. That's
I do like that one.
They are who we thought they were.
That's the one. Man, but we do get serious on here, man. We realize what it is, but we do, like I said, every week. Me and Billy, real friends. Christian and Matt, they both from the same state, so they becoming friends. And that's what we do, man. Black and white can mesh together. And on this show, we'll show y'all that.
That's why we're a checkerboard right now.
But speaking of friends, I'm gonna start with you, Matt.
One we can depend on.
We're gonna get the podcast part out of the way early because this is about sports. Matt, give me a top 3. I know you hate them, but give me a top 3 football movies of all time.
All right, I'm starting at number 3, like everyone else should. Number 3, I'm going with Draft Day. Make the Cleveland Browns look like they could be fucking confident for once. It's a nice little, fictional story, up there with like princesses and Shrek, stuff like that. I really enjoyed that. Number 2, Mark Wahlberg and Invincible. I think that movie's pretty good for being a football movie, even though most football movies suck. And then the number 1 football movie that definitely does not suck is Radio.
I love Radio too.
Hey, what pie you got? I want both.
I want both. Coach Jones.
I want both.
Cuba did such a good job, dude.
Hey, don't cancel me. I want both. I want both.
It's like honestly, too. The waitress, like, has nobody ever asked for both? Like, she was just so like both. Like, bitch, yeah. Like, you ain't served both pies. Like,
what you make them for? If I can't get both of them, you know what I mean? But Christian, what you got?
Hey, come to me last. I gotta find my notes. I don't know where I put them.
Oh my God, Fabo ain't prepared. Billy, who you got?
So I got for number 3. It was close. Draft Day was 4. Sorry, but Jerry Maguire is my number 3. Show me the money. We can do this all night. There's titties in it. That's always a big plus if we're ranking movies. Number
point.
2.
Didn't factor that in there.
Huh?
I didn't factor that in there. That's a good point.
That's where you're fucking up. But my number 2 is Friday Night Lights because the team you want to win does not always win. That is the best thing a sports movie can do, is show you the pitfalls of sports. And it's not always peachy and winning and you get the last laugh and all that shit. That's why it's number 2. My number 1 is The Waterboy, easily, because it's always a great story for someone who loves their mom and loves to play the game of football. Number 1, easy. I can sit here. I can do the whole movie right now without even watching it, and I can tell you every line in it.
I love Vicky Valancourt, and she loved me back.
He showed me.
Fuck those ain't got no toothbrushes.
Mama's wrong again. Bro, Colonel, that's just so fucking funny, bro. Christian, you still not ready?
Yeah, I ain't ready yet.
All right, so real fast, hold on, Tony, before you go, because I'm going to give Christian more time. It's also in that scene that Tonio just said, whenever he tries to raise his hand for the second question, Derek, his friend, again, his black friend, is like, no, just we're gonna sit here. He tried to save him from it again.
Christian, I know you don't got no notes. You Googling movies. I can
No, I
see
Let me show you.
Tonio, just go, man. Why are you so worried that you're going?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So nobody said the correct answer for number one. I'm gonna go.
Start at three.
I started 3.
I am gonna start at 3. This aviator, dude, Matt, like you had the headphones at first. Now you want to be a pilot still? What the fuck are you doing?
I want to make sure you guys know that I'm not cheating like Christian is.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I just showed you what I'm scrolling through.
Yeah, as you were pulling it up, I saw you swipe.
Man,
All those are different notes.
You look like the cop that was sent to kill what's his name, son, in Terminator.
Y'all ever seen Cop and a Half?
Yeah,
that's Burt Reynolds.
So I'm gonna go number 3. I asked Billy if this was okay. He said nothing. But I'm going Friday Night Lights, the series. I don't care if it's not a movie. They gave me 5 fucking seasons. They gave me fucking Michael B. Jordan. They gave me one of the funniest jokes that Christian has ever said while we was younger, bro. He just used to whistle Lonely Town, and that shit is in the devil. That shit is so fucking funny to me. So I'm going Friday Night Lights for my number 3, the series. You don't like it, kiss my ass. I don't care. My number 2 is Any Given Sunday. Jamie Foxx throwing up on the field. Al Pacino as an old coach who don't want to let it go. What's the girl name? Cameron Diaz in there. Ooh. You know, LL Cool J. Got Lawrence Taylor actually in that bitch on cocaine, like real deal, real life, living his dream as a get it to me, doc. You know he don't. I know what that is. That's him taking coke, no acting. That's him. So I know it. That movie's legendary because it has actual actors in there and they really playing football. So that shit was good. And my number 1 is gonna be This Is Jerry Lewis, and this is Don. Don writes the jokes, and Jerry Lewis tells them. Y'all don't know that scene.
And remember the Titans?
Yeah, remember the Titans?
By the bus.
Hey, yeah. This is Jerry
Who
Lewis.
is your daddy?
You are. Remember the Titans, bro. Just because Denzel's acting alone is insane in there. But then you got all these hidden gems in the movie, like especially when you got an actor that doesn't really get enough love and credit for what he did. But Julius Campbell in that bitch, like y'all just really don't. Dude is an amazing actor, and I don't think Wood Harris is an amazing actor. So yeah, because I choke up every time Buddy point and then just get hit by that truck. First of all, truck was only going 27 miles an hour. I don't know if you know muscle cars, them old ass Mustangs was heavy as fuck. So I don't know how he hit them. Couldn't have been like real life. They just had to make it look like it did. But yeah, when Bertier got hit, that shit hurt. So that's still reminiscent with me today. But Denzel definitely just top tier coach. I don't dance unless I hear music, and I don't tap my man. That shit. Hey, bro.
Man, you about to make me have to reshuffle my order because Denzel did play the hell out that part.
He did, bro.
Yeah. Well, if you're finished, I'm ready. I got mine.
About fucking time.
On you.
All right. So 3, I'm going Any Given Sunday. All the reasons I'm gonna go Friday Night Lights. I mean, yo, I'm sorry. Remember the Titans. I gotta put it in there. I didn't want to at first, but I'm gonna put it in there. Then I'm going Any Given Sunday. And to wrap it up, I'm going my favorite movie of all time, Friday Night Lights.
Why is it your favorite of all time? Is it because they don't win?
No.
Really, nobody likes that.
It was just realistic football. A lot of things
they lose to a better team.
Right. You expect the Cinderella story of they win, everybody goes to college, and it didn't end like that. Half of them didn't go to college. We saw what happened with the best player on the team. He didn't pan out. It was just a lot of lessons in it. It was football. It was realistic. It wasn't, it's a lot of football things like what I'm assuming Matt can agree with, where, it's just not realistic football yet. Cornerbacks are, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into it, but a lot of the football, isn't realistic in movies, and they just don't put a lot of effort into it. I feel like Friday Night Lights was right on it.
Honorable mention for everybody. I don't care if y'all don't like it. The Replacements. Great fucking movie.
Absolutely. But my only problem with it is that they all win, and they should not have won. If they lose, number one.
Really?
Easy.
See, this is the thing. Billy. They did lose. They didn't. After they won, they lost in life. They taught you that life still goes on. That movie's amazing. 2 of them motherfuckers went back to jail. It was like, they all lost. They lost.
I'll give you that.
His fucking car flipped 8 times. That shit don't work no more. Like,
all right, so let's go on from something not too realistic, like Christian was talking about, to the realest of the realists. College football starts this weekend coming up, and we're all super stoked about it. Let me pull a graphic real fast. This is going to be something new that we got on the show. Hold on one sec. Here's a list of all the undefeated teams going into this year. Look at that. That's just a great list. My team's on there. Tonio's team's on there. Both of y'all teams is on there. Greatness is happening right now. How do we feel about college football this year? Do we think Penn State's going to be any good in the Big Ten? I got 2 Big Ten guys underneath me. What do y'all think?
The argument that I've been using for the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's the same thing. Sean Clifford wasn't getting it done. He was good enough to put them top 10, whatever, beat Auburn on the road. That was about his peak.
Good point.
As long as this quarterback comes in and plays up to whatever star rating he's at, that team is going to be pretty good. Now,
can they beat Michigan or Ohio State? That's the question.
No. I like to listen to Joel Klatt. They're more built speed and finesse to beat Ohio State than they are to beat Michigan. So I think they can beat Ohio State. It's going to be very hard for them to beat Michigan.
I'm going to go. I feel like if they could beat Ohio State, they definitely can beat Michigan. That shit don't make sense. Y'all 2 top, like, both of y'all ain't. I mean, I don't think Michigan is light years ahead of Ohio State. Don't get me wrong, I do have Michigan as the best team in the conference this year. Why? Because I'm not an idiot. I know y'all got the 2nd best running back in the country. Still bringing back the best offensive line in the country. Like, I'm okay about. I see that. Like I said, I got the 2nd best back, but I do think that y'all do got some flaws still. I don't think your quarterback is as good as you think he is, Matt.
We'll see.
I mean, we will see. We seen him last year. He wasn't, 200 fucking rushing yards saved y'all against Ohio.
That's year 1 as a starter.
I still saved y'all in that Ohio State game.
So,
like y'all.
I don't want to. I know that it's always me, but I got to ask a question. So Christian, you don't think it's year 1? We see these great quarterbacks like a CJ Stroud, a Caleb Williams. Their year 1's taking over. They're playing phenomenally.
CJ Stroud don't count. He don't count.
Did CJ Stroud take Ohio State to the
wide receiver room is amazing.
But we're not at the same time throwing the football a lot. His numbers are great. We got 2 of the top 10 tailbacks in the country.
Ohio State was the first time he threw the ball.
That's what I'm saying.
So we're not asking him to throw it 30 times, which he can do. We saw it in the TCU game.
We ain't seen it.
We saw it in the
TCU. He had to. Our defense fucked it up. We just kept making idiotic mistakes we didn't make all season.
And what happened against TCU when he had to throw the ball?
He threw it. That was the most yards, most touchdowns he had.
Yeah, if you throw the ball all the fucking time, no shit, it's the most yards and most fucking touchdowns you had.
Yeah, but he did great. He threw a touchdown on Roman Wilson. That didn't count. That would help his stats a lot. That's when we fumbled on the 1 yard line.
Matt, you know what you're talking about. Keep talking.
Matt, I know it's your team, but if he did great, y'all, we would be talking about a
That's
different
not true,
outcome
because
in the national
everybody
championship.
says
We
Jalen
would.
Hurts.
One play in that game, we're not talking about TCU winning.
But everybody says Jalen Hurts played great in the Super Bowl, but they didn't win.
Yeah, we do not necessarily credit that. Tonio even said that in the pre-show, where we don't give him that credit because he didn't do it. It's the same with CJ Stroud. Played the best game we've seen against Georgia, the NFL defense. We don't give a fuck about that for CJ Stroud because he didn't fucking win the game. He couldn't go score a touchdown. It was a missed field goal instead.
But you can say with the naked eye, he played a hell of a game.
Fuck nakedness. Get dressed.
But what you're not understanding what I'm saying is that the one touchdown to Roman Wilson that got reversed somehow when his ass fell into the end zone. We fumbled on the 1 yard line. We didn't score that possession. If we score that, they went down and scored. If we score that off that touchdown that got reversed, we win that game without a doubt. And then now we're looking at it like, oh wow, JJ can actually play quarterback pretty well. But because of one officiating play, now we're saying that he sucks.
I mean, what about? I ain't calling him sorry, but what about the 2 picks? Them wasn't his fault.
Well, I would say this.
No.
One was
Yeah, that's his fault. Those are mistakes he shouldn't have made. Those mistakes he shouldn't have made.
Does that not factor in y'all losing the game?
But let me say this.
One was right through the guy's hands into the other guy's fucking stomach.
Matt,
that's not him.
We talked about this on the show. Interceptions belong to one player and one player only.
But
the quarterback.
But again, to another
not
situation.
If the wide receiver wide open.
Matt, they do not charge wide receivers with interceptions.
They should.
But they're not weighted. Interceptions, who gives a fuck?
Hold on. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say Adrian Peterson had a fumbling problem. Nobody's arguing if he was good or not.
Quarterback may be a little different. But we do got to move. We're going to go to the next topic.
Okay.
The Alabama hype this year. So everyone's kind of saying, since David Pollack talked to Nick Saban and was like, hey, does Georgia have it now forever? I think there's a lot of people that are picking. We watched college football or college game day last Saturday, and all three, Dez, Kurt, and Pat, all picked Alabama to win the SEC. And I think, and maybe I'm alone in this, I think this is going to be one of Alabama's worst years that we've seen in a long time. And I'm not saying they're going to suck, but I'm saying if Alabama loses 3 games, we're looking at it way differently. Like, oh, shit, did Alabama lose it or whatever? And again, that's because the standards they have set for themselves. Am I tripping saying this might be Alabama's worst year, Tonio?
So I'm going to be real with you. We started talking about this a little bit. I told you, I think this is the year that Alabama reclaims its identity as dominant defense, running team. I don't know. I don't remember if they caught any 5-star receivers. I'm sure they did, but I know they always keep a running back. And I think aside from the last 2 years, before those and previous years, Nick Saban was recruiting number 1, number 2 offensive line for like he had it before Michigan came and took it. They had number 1 offensive line for like 3 years straight. And I'm talking about like.
So I think Nick Saban does a better job of recruiting offensive line, but Michigan does a better job of developing those offensive linemen that they're getting, those 3 and 4
stars. So and I get it in development, but them 3 years, Nick Saban had all 5 stars on the offensive line. I don't know how, but he Nick Saban. So I think this is me because I ain't gonna stay on too long. I think that they rebuild themselves. Now, do they beat the fuck out of people like they normally do? I don't think so. But with the skill that they have and probably greatest college coach ever, I don't think this is the worst season they have. I feel like the fall off is the fallout. Nick ain't old enough for the fall off yet. Maybe he get 92. That's when they'll start falling off. So that's me though. Matt, what you think?
I said it all last year, even though the guy who I was, pointing at is now on my NFL team, is that they're one running back. They're a running back away all last year. Gibbs, yeah, sure, he got drafted 12th overall, but he's not an Alabama running back. He's not that guy to go grind out yards. He's more of like, if you think about it, like a Pac-12 running back, put him in space. Put him in space, he's going to make things happen. He's not what Nick Saban uses.
Derek Henry, Mark Ingram.
Yeah, think about those running backs. That's not how you can't just give him the ball 30 times a game and let him develop yards. So if they have that running back on their roster, they're back to where they were 2-3 years ago. Like that's the only thing.
Well, I mean, 1 year ago they were in the national championship. That's another thing. I think Alabama has such an aura around that program with Nick Saban, right? Like we would look at a fucking 9-3 season as a down year for them, and it's like I don't think that's fucking a down year. A lot of us would be, maybe not you guys because y'all are in the thing, but Tonio, myself, I would love a 9-3 season. I would fucking love it. I would cherish that season.
Bro.
But if you're Alabama or even like let's say Michigan, I'll throw you guys in there. But if we're doing that, that's a good season. That's not a horrible season. But if you're Alabama, you're sitting there like, what the fuck? Even last year they had a great season, weren't in the SEC championship game, and we're like, ooh, Alabama's on the fucking outskirts. And it's like, I don't think that's necessarily true. Christian, what about you?
I think they're gonna be hungry. I think, like I said, my dark horse was for the Heisman was Jalen Milroe. I think Saban's gonna have them hungry, have them ready to go improve themselves. I think he kind of was annoyed or used fuel when he was told, who was that? David Pollack said that Georgia was the team to beat or the team in the SEC. Yeah, I think he kind of used that as motivation for himself.
That's factual.
Yeah, so I think Alabama's gonna have a surprising year.
Okay,
positive though. I think it's gonna be, maybe one loss, but I think they
probably Ole Miss.
Lost to Ole Miss.
Yeah,
that's what Tony was thinking, apparently.
Billy, let's go to your state, man. I know you love this team so much. I said it, you ain't believe me, but here it goes again. The Texas hype, Billy, is it real or no?
Look, I've been saying no because Texas has done nothing but disappoint for 10 years now. I went yesterday and I looked at the recruiting classes. Texas has had the top, and even this is including the Lincoln Riley years in Oklahoma. Texas has had the top recruiting class every single year in the last 12 years, except for 2 different years. And on those 2 years, they still finished second in recruiting. They have not been a top 4 team in the Big 10 or the Big 12, except for 1 year, and that's the year they went to the Sugar Bowl and beat Georgia. I think the hype, I understand thinking that Texas is going to be good because of recruiting. We talk about 4-star, 5-stars every chance we get because we understand that's how you win in college football is you get the best players. For some reason, I don't know what it is. If it's the way they recruit, they don't recruit good locker room guys or something along those. They can't find a good leader or something in the program for Texas. But they have done nothing to show me why any of this hype matters in any which way. And maybe I am tripping. I'm not saying that this team can't be good. I just don't understand why we're going to hype them again and again and again and again until they're showing us something. It's like A&M. It's the same exact thing where they're recruiting out of the fucking water and they're not even remotely competing for SEC championships. And we're still
money.
What's that?
NIL money.
No, but it hasn't equated to jack shit. Alabama has one of the lower tier NIL monies, and look what they're doing. They're still doing really well.
That's because Nick just go out there and get dogs.
That's what I'm saying, though. Texas, I don't know if Texas is getting those dogs. Maybe I'm wrong. Tonio, you want to take it over?
I was on the hype train, but a memory from like a show we did, probably one of our first shows, made me remember 2 things why I fuck Texas now. First of all, Arch Manning should have been in Ole Miss, so fuck you. Your granddad told me to tell you ain't shit. Don't come to fucking Christmas dinner in Oxford, all right? That's the first thing. And I think Texas been sorry ever since they fired
Mac Brown.
No. The black dude from A&M.
Charlie
Strong. You said what?
He's from Florida. He was a defensive
coordinator. He only got 1 season, bro, to build on that sorry ass team, man. Everybody was like, get him up out of here, bro. So, because I think he would have turned that program around, got them back to where they needed to be. They coaches ain't really just went after who they coaches now.
Steve Sarkisian. He did really well. He did really well at USC until he had his what do they call them, personal demons or whatever, because he had a drinking problem. Was released from the program, went to Alabama, won a national championship, and got a Heisman winner.
Wasn't because of him. And Alabama, he probably never got rid of them problems. I know you can be a drunk in Alabama. I just know it. But I just fuck Texas. I don't believe the hype is real. Matt.
Same with the Cowboys. I'm never going to believe it until I see it. So
that's easy. Superstar.
I was just going to say the same thing Matt said.
Bingo. Okay, moving on.
Hey, did Knicks I want to call his predecessor because I still feel like that's what's gonna happen. Did he? Well, at one point I felt like that's what was gonna happen. But did he fall off? Did Clemson fall off, Billy?
I think this is the year. If Clemson doesn't do well again, I think Dabo, like a Nick Saban, has set himself up to where anything that isn't the college football playoff is an awful year. Not just a bad year, but an awful year. We're sitting here looking at Clemson like, what the fuck are you going to do? You don't have Deshaun Watson anymore. You don't have Trevor Lawrence. Do you need this fucking generational talent at quarterback to do anything, Dabo? And then that's on the quarterback, not even you. Now, do you suck? Again, I don't think so. I don't think the hype is necessarily out. Now you have oh my God, head coach of Oklahoma now.
Brent Venables.
Brent Venables isn't running that great defense that we were seeing Clemson players get drafted left and fucking right out there. Maybe Dabo with a weaker staff, he doesn't know what to do. He's not like a Nick Saban where he's just replenishing with dead NFL body coaches out there and making it up as he goes. And I do think if Clemson loses the ACC this year, I think it's a wrap. I think Dabo has one more year and then he's out of there.
Fired or him just wanting to leave?
No, I think they're going to fire him because he's not doing what he's supposed to be competing for national championships. We got that, or not we, but Clemson got that taste of national championships with the Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence, and it doesn't fucking matter because they're not going to get them generational talents, and they're going to be like, hey, we're supposed to be here, whether or not they should or should not be, depends on your program.
So to piggyback off Billy, because I'll go quick. I don't think he has one more year. This is the year for him. I feel like Clemson had got used to being up there because they went 4 times?
Yeah.
They didn't win all of them, but they went. And they ain't been nowhere close to the college football playoffs, nowhere close to top 5 at the end of the season in like 2 years.
Yeah.
3. So I think all the higher end programs, if you're not producing, you're about it. We've seen it with big schools. Ohio, the only team that keeps a sorry ass coach around for a long time is Michigan.
It's worked out.
But it's worked. That's the thing. Yeah. I've been saying that for years now. That is the thing. You got to keep somebody there to hold that program together. A coach getting you to the national championship, it's hard to fucking do that. And we're acting like you're just supposed to get there with whatever talent you have.
Matt, how you feel about Clemson?
I was going to add, since we're talking about Michigan, I don't want to bring it up, but since someone else already brought it up, is that Dabo and Jim have had opposite career arcs. Dabo started with these hot, great quarterbacks, and now he doesn't have shit and he's not winning. Jim couldn't fucking recruit a quarterback to save his life until recently, and now he's on the up. So, now it's,
we don't know if JJ is good. Shut the fuck up.
But he was a 5-star. Yeah. We wasn't getting that before.
He was the number 3 quarterback in the nation.
Yep.
That's the point. Either way, how you feel about Clemson?
He was number 3 dual threat. He was not number 3 quarterback.
Yeah. Number 3.
How you feel about Clemson, man?
I don't think that he gets fired. I think same thing as Jim. He's going to take a huge pay cut, prove it, and then finally he's going to put it out there that, hey, maybe I don't need the best quarterback in the country to do anything, because he won with Taj Boyd. He was good in college, but what did he do since then? All of his other quarterbacks he's had have done good in the NFL, right?
Did Taj Boyd make it to a college football playoff?
I don't remember. Probably not.
No, I think Boyd was gone before it started.
Huh?
I think Boyd had already graduated before it started.
No. Because he was after Deshaun, right?
No, before.
Oh, that was Brian Kelly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My bad. Mix him up.
Yeah, whatever, Kelly.
What you got, Christian?
I think within the program, they're okay with what they got. I think they understand because we in the media are the ones saying, "Oh, they're not having a good season. They're on the decline." And hell, they went 11-3 and won the ACC and went to the Orange Bowl. I mean, anybody would sign up for that.
Yeah.
You know, I think within the program, they what are we gonna get? What were we before we had?
But they just like y'all, Christian. They won the SEC, but they didn't get. They lost. Who did they lose? They 3 games to like different outer conference teams.
Let's see the bowl game.
Florida State.
Florida State. No, I think they beat Florida State.
Was it Wake Forest?
I feel like they played Notre Dame.
No, but they won.
Nobody has a schedule.
I'll look it up.
I don't really watch the ACC much.
South Carolina, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
You said Texas?
Tennessee.
So they lost to Notre Dame?
They lost to South Carolina.
Yeah, I was right.
They lost to Notre Dame. You were right, Matt. Sorry. And they lost to that was it.
Because like the biggest win.
I do feel like
they
don't have the playmakers that they once had, but they're winning games. I feel like
it's not good enough.
But I think that's where my argument is. What program, like, are you okay with winning games? Like
I don't think Clemson is anymore, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
what I would say personally is, if they get rid of Sweeney, where do they go? Who's a better coach than Sweeney there? Who wants to go there?
That's the same token with Texas or Michigan. If they would have fired Jim Harbaugh after 3 years of not doing anything.
But I feel like those are more prestigious programs than Clemson.
But Clemson has made themselves the prestigious program now because they have.
That's what I'm saying. In the 2010s, Christian, they got relevance. Like,
but we talking about
it's slowly dwindling away.
But I'm saying like within a 5-year span, we're not talking about 50 years. Texas, Michigan, that's established. Clemson's only had the success.
What about Ohio State? Ryan Day's on the hot seat too because he can't beat Michigan.
Right, but Clemson doesn't. But that's kind of a different thing. We're weird like that. In that rivalry is you can have success, but if you lose that game and can't win,
well, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same with Clemson and South Carolina, Christian.
But it's not that rivalry is not as heated as Michigan.
I ain't talking about the rivalry. I'm talking about he can't beat fucking South Carolina now. That's bad.
No, but that's just one season.
Ryan Day has lost 2 games to Michigan, and we're already like, get them the fuck out of here.
No, but that's what I'm saying. In that rivalry, that's how it works. I mean, we were going to get rid of Harbaugh, who's been our best coach since
Woody Johnson? Not Woody Johnson.
Help me out, man. Beckler. Shit, Beckler.
I mean, y'all, I just don't see it. But let's move on to everybody's favorite team to hate on.
Yes.
Because just like my reel, I was correct. Notre Dame's finna get hyped because they're gonna beat who? Navy. And guess what they went out there and did? Beat Navy. And now everybody's like, Notre Dame is back. Oh my God. Can y'all schedule anybody, Mitch, anybody, Rich, anybody, Frank, that's ranked in the top 10 for y'all first game? Just do it. Get it out the way for the fans so we don't have to hear about Notre Dame.
We're going to see the real test next week.
Who they play?
Or is it the week?
The week after.
When they play Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
And if Ohio State beats the shit out, not even beats the shit. If Ohio State wins the game, never. We're done talking about Notre Dame. That's it. I don't care if it's a close game. I don't care if it's in the last second. Ohio State wins. Done.
How you feel about it, Matt? You think Notre Dame is going to be good?
No, I mean, I don't think they're going to be good, but the biggest embarrassing part about this is sending our service members to another country and being like, this is who's going to defend the world. And they just get their fucking teeth kicked in by a terrible team. And then the rest of the world's like, Navy sucks. Like, it's so dumb to me. Like, why put our service members or like our country, like our military in that limelight. Like it just doesn't make sense.
All right, so for everybody who's watching, those are all officers. They don't do nothing no way.
That's true. Yeah, it's not like the enlisted went there and fucking shit a brick out there.
Just
see, like if it was enlisted, you start getting beat bad, we beating the fuck out of them, like physically. So y'all don't gotta worry, America. We still good.
We got that. I love that.
Moving on.
A recruiting pitch in there, just like we should not be sending our servicemen.
So we got a few teams. This is their last year in their conference. We talked about it a little bit last week, but the shit's really happening, man. How do y'all think that this is gonna shake up college football?
Christian, we'll let you go first. You've been going last a lot.
Just like JJ can't take the spotlight.
No, I'll take it, Christian. I'll take it real fast.
Yeah, take it.
I think us watching, I don't know if anyone else watched USC. I watched a couple plays, but that defense is awful. It is so bad. If they play a Big Ten offense, it's going to be way fucking worse. And I mean way worse. And if Lincoln Riley does not understand how to fix a defense, I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe get a Jim Knowles, what Ryan Day did to fucking, hey, you got to help me on this defensive side of the ball, because I don't know if he's not recruiting good defensive players or something, or whatever the fuck's going on, but they cannot play a lick of fucking defense, like a lick of it. San Diego State's better than we think, or San Jose State's better than we think, but they should not be that good. They should not be beating up on a fucking ranked team the way that they were doing last Saturday.
See, and I really just like I told Christian, that conference, it ain't nothing to be scared of, Colorado. I know we going out, but bruh, it's not that conference. Watching San Jose State be tied with them at one point for a while, I'm just like, not the Heisman Trophy winner out here just having problems with San Jose State and then just lucking around and throwing a touchdown off of what should have been a box play, but it's San Jose State. So these conferences, I really felt like some of them didn't really plan like they should have. I don't think that Texas and Oklahoma thought it out at all. Like, hey, man, you know what? They got money over there. Let's put our money together. Oh, shit. They good over here, too, though.
Yeah.
God damn, we got to play Nick Saban once a year now?
The SEC hey, give us all that money and just finish in the bottom. I don't care.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm telling you, Vandy going to give Texas a game, and people going to be like, oh, shit, Vandy's on the up and up. Like, so I just don't think these conferences really like thought about, hey, what I'm transitioning into. Even because USC is going to the Big Ten, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even going to that trash ass conference, bro. Like the powerhouses in there, I don't think that USC and Lincoln Riley are ready to compete with shit. Fuck Michigan, Ohio State. I don't think they ready to compete with Penn State, because Penn State can play defense like really, really well. And I don't care about them transitioning to the Big Ten. They still gonna be in California. So they biggest recruiting class is gonna come out of California. You're gonna get them big ass country boys that's on soybean field on the offensive line, and they're just gonna have your defensive lineman looking like little ass high schoolers out there. So I really don't think a lot of these conferences thought about it. Like I think they seen the money moves and was like, we can make more money, we can pay better players to come here, but that shit's gonna take time. So yep. I don't know. I don't know. How you feel about it, Matt?
I don't think they thought about how, like USC, they're predominantly getting the best players in Southern California, Arizona, like that region, correct?
Yeah.
So I don't think they thought about they're going to have to play a game in Minnesota, in Michigan State, in Iowa, in November, December, where these guys haven't even left. They don't even know what sub 50 degrees feels like. Now they're playing in -10, fucking -30 wind chills. And these guys are out there fucking shirts off. They're fucking out here rolling around in the snow because they're about to go ice fishing after. They don't give a fuck if they win or lose, but they're going to beat your ass in the field. Like, that's all they care about. Like, I don't think they realize that they're going to have to go. Like, maybe Washington is coming to the Big Ten. It kind of gets cold there, but that's about it. Like, these other teams from the West Coast are going to be coming out to the cold in the later months. The first few months, they'll be like, wow, USC is looking unstoppable. And then they're going to get fucking hit by Michigan State, a fucking 7-7 team, and just, damn, that we suck.
You see, and not to tap into you, Matt, but then them teams that's used to playing in the cold can go to that summer and be like, oh shit, I'm rejuvenated. They definitely gonna beat the fuck out of them in Cali. You know how many of them people ain't never been to Cali just gonna be happy as fuck to be out there?
I can feel my fingers.
Yeah, but they gonna.
You tell me you catch the feeling?
Yeah, like, so what you think, Chris?
I think I don't want to take too much away from that first game because I feel like the first game of the season, usually the offenses are trying to get, the stuff together. They end up beating them down like they should have, but the defense wasn't impressive. I think it would probably get a little better. Huh?
What the fuck is you talking about?
Who, me?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
USC.
Oh, okay, my fault. I thought we was talking about the conferences moving.
No.
Well, that's what he's saying.
Oh, okay. You just think so? You think they're gonna get on the road after this?
Let them cook.
Yeah. Let them, understand everybody's role on offense, understand what they really can do, and I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be fine. Again, with them going to the Big Ten, though, let me speak on that. I think they don't have the line of scrimmage they need to really compete. I think with the skilled players, they can play with anybody. But when it comes down to the cold weather with that Big Ten football, I don't know if the big boys going to be able to do it for them.
I just don't. I really, and I ain't gonna stay on it too long, but I just really don't. I really don't think that nobody took that shit into consideration to fight for the conference that they was in, because now you definitely gonna start from the bottom. Like, your top team's not coming into this conference. I don't care where it is. Your top team is not coming to this conference and just taking over. It's not like, and as much as I hate Ohio State and Michigan now, because Matt and Chris and I always talk about it, they don't fucking suck. And like I said, Penn State don't suck. Now, I'm willing. See, y'all don't believe in lower tier teams in the conferences, but I think a fucking Nebraska get them a game. Like, I feel like these people just gonna be like, all right, man, y'all knew, huh?
Well, I was just gonna say, Tony, you said you don't think they compete with Penn State. I don't think they can compete with Illinois or Iowa. I don't think Wisconsin. I don't think that they have the skill set to. Number one, they can't stop San Jose State. You think they can stop Illinois running game? Not even close. Illinois will run for fucking 500 yards on them.
But I do think they'll be able to outscore. They'll be able to outscore.
No, Illinois had the number one defense last year, right?
Yeah.
Yep. No,
I think that's what's going to happen.
But I wouldn't say they would just shut down USC's offense because
I'm not gonna say that Illinois. I ain't gonna go that far, but I do think that Billy keep looking up like God coming down. I do think that what he said, like, Chris, I just really believe truly that they're gonna have some problems with that defense, because them boys that they recruiting over there ain't the same boys that we getting out the Southern Cal, bro. Like, that's just not the thing. And that offensive line in Illinois is plowing through. I'm willing to bet that you getting beat on by a Big Ten offensive line for a whole game.
That's where I want to say it come into effect the style of play, because if Illinois has to run the ball, not only are they wearing that team down, they're working the clock. When USC can air it out and score like that, Illinois can't. So then they'll try to keep up with USC, and they really ain't got the skill players to do it. They might be able to win in the trenches, but the more you run the ball, the more clock you cutting it down.
What?
Go ahead, Matt. What were you about to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, like, how it's going to happen next year. They're going to schedule USC and UCLA to play, like, Indiana and, like, Rutgers first. They're going to beat them in, like, late September, early October, and be like, oh, wow, look at the Pac-10 team, Pac-12 teams coming in, beating on the Big Ten. But then it's going to get cold end of October, November. They're going to play a game in Wisconsin or Minnesota, and they're going to get ran through. And then everyone's going to be like, oh, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like they can beat them early months when it's warm.
Yeah, with great
I
weather.
think that weather is going to be a lot.
And real quick, to end it, but Michigan State is going to be the team USC plays at the end of the year now, and I just don't see them. I don't see them beating Michigan State like that, just because it's going to be cold as fuck. Because you like end of the year, it's always y'all and Ohio State. Well, to combat that, it's going to be the bigger team, or Penn State will play USC at the end of the year, and good God Almighty, that shit is like the crowd alone is gonna fuck them over. But once they get in that weather, I just see them getting their ass whooped. But man, let's graduate to Sega. No, I'm just playing. Let's go to the NFL, man. Let's get into grown-up football, man. Billy hates running backs, and another running back was allowed to hit a trade. Billy, how you feel about it?
I'm grant him his trade. That's fine, but if you're a top running back in the league and you're sitting here like I'm not, especially like an Austin Eckler who got a good deal at the time, you're sitting here whining about how much money you should be making now when the market is not in your favor. We've talked about this a couple of times on the show where either the market is there for you to make your money like it is for the quarterbacks, where it's like Patrick Mahomes 3 years ago was making a fuck ton of money. Now he's the 9th highest paid quarterback in the league, which is bonkers. But you have running backs who are top tier in the league who are now, as the market slows down, they're sitting here like, well, I need another contract. And it's like, that's not how this is going to work. And we're sitting here like, hey, you can ask for a trade. I don't care. Now, Jim Irsay is doing a lot of shit that I do not agree with. I don't think that's the way that we should be doing this, right? But at the same token, Jonathan Taylor needs to understand, is someone going to trade a first-round pick for him? No. Look at DeAndre Swift. The Lions gave away DeAndre Swift for a 7th-round pick. Asinine. That's kind of a dumb trade. If you're being for real, that's stupid. Why are we doing that? If you look at Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley, we'll get to them later. They just signed a 1-year deal, and Jonathan Taylor's like, I'm out of here. I don't agree with how they're going to do this. And it's like,
both of them the best player on the offense.
That's okay.
What does you feel about it, Chris?
No, I was just agreeing with you, Bill. I'm saying they're both the best player on the offense, and you see they can only get 1-year deal. But I was just saying, basically agreeing with Billy. I mean, I really don't have much to add to it.
Sorry.
What about you, Matt?
I will just add to what Billy said. He wasn't completely wrong, but the Lions got a 7th-round pick on draft day. But then in 2 years, 2025, we get a 4th-round pick. So the value is not really there currently. But, I mean, that's probably the most you're going to get for a running back nowadays anyways. Like, no one's really going to give you a 1st-round pick, like they said earlier. Like, maybe a 3rd, but, like, you're not getting a 2nd or a 1st when they could just be like, why? We could just draft you. We could draft someone who's going to do that.
Well, I'm going to be what I'm always is, like, devil's advocate. Jonathan Taylor, I think the Colts are asking too much because they know that they should ask for like a 3rd-round pick, but I think he got every right to get out of there. He is the only offense that they have with a sorry-ass offensive line, and when he's healthy, you make it shake for them, and they still suck. So I ain't mad at him for wanting to get out of there. Now, a 1st-round pick, he's stuck. Like, he ain't going nowhere. So I do think that if they would change up they fucking they 1st-round request, then yeah, let them get up out of there. But
so what do you think that should change it to? Just 3rd,
minimum 3rd, or maximum 3rd.
So nothing, not a 2nd?
Nah, not a 2nd. Matt keeps saying we could draft you. I just don't think you draft NFL ready running backs no more. If anybody remember, it took Derrick Henry a little minute to get to where he at now. Like, he didn't come into that motherfucker just running that bitch like he is now. He had a lot of off years, even though Titans offensive line was but so I don't.
But now he was sharing the backfield though.
I know, but still, he was Derrick Henry from Alabama. He should have been started off rip and getting crazy numbers off rip. You would think, but he wasn't. So I don't think you can draft a running back that's gonna be like, yeah, unless you go to an offense where ain't nobody to pass the ball to. So now you are the feature back, and that's why. This one was meaningless to me. We can talk about it because it's a Ravens background, a Ravens flag in the background. Matt, the Ravens got their 24-game preseason winning streak snapped. How you feel about it?
Doesn't really matter. I couldn't care less. I like watching preseason, but I could care less who wins or loses. I'm just there for like the big plays and being like, that guy's going to make the team, and then 2 days later he gets cut and never plays the NFL again. That's why I watch the preseason.
That makes sense. So, Christian, we got Billy back. So, Christian, how you feel about the Ravens 24 game or 23 games? 24 preseason being snapped? I know Matt said he don't give a fuck.
Pretty much same thing. It's a preseason game. It was impressive that they did that, but winning and losing is preseason. Yeah, that's really all I got. I'm sure Billy might have more to add to it, but
what you got, Billy?
So obviously, like, we're sitting here, the preseason doesn't mean shit. But if you look at how many people were interested in that preseason game, that was the highest rated preseason game in the last 5 minutes that we've ever seen, ever. And I mean, ever seen. So there is something to be said about it. Now, like Matt and Christian both said, it doesn't mean shit. It literally means nothing. But if you want to get into the depths of it, the Ravens do, with winning all those games, it shows you the depth that a lot of teams have, where my number twos are better than your number twos, or my threes are better than your threes. Again, the regular season has shown us that the Ravens, they played well, but they're not beating number ones, but they're deep enough to beat number twos or number threes if need be.
What you saying that makes me think, with all these injuries and they're still winning games, maybe that has something to do with it, because these guys are getting competitive in the preseason.
So it's kind of like it gets you ready, and maybe I'm just hyping on it because it's my team. But if you look at the Lions last year and the Ravens last year, the Lions had the worst injury record there could be. So, and the Ravens were number 2, and they still made the playoffs in a tougher division, if we're being for real. So it's one of those things, like, maybe that does, like Christian said, maybe that does kind of give you something to the regular season where you've been in these like big moments. And if you look at the way Washington celebrated, it looked like they gave a fuck about the games, where we say it's meaningless, but to them it meant something. If you look at the celebration,
it was cool to see.
I'm just like Afion Crockett. I don't give a fuck, Keisha. That shit, Billy made a minute shit stretch out to 3 minutes about some shit. Back to Billy
about that sometimes, so take that where you need it.
Back to Billy's favorite position again. Another running back. Wow, my fault. Favorite position in football. Another running back gave in. Billy, how you feel about the leading rusher of last year, giving in and signing a 1 year, just like Saquon over there?
Literally, props to him, because he knew he wasn't going to get a big deal. That's the thing. Like, you're not going to get these big deals. So, hey, take what you can get. That's the way the league's working right now. And maybe I'm just a fucking some
hater
media guy. Yeah, maybe I'm a hater, and I'm just in the media like, fucking take what you can get. That's the whole point. I'm all about everybody getting their bread, but you got to take what you can get. It's not a give and take. You signed the fucking, and I've said this, you signed the fucking Players Association agreement. And now all of a sudden you're like, well, I'm the best player on the offense. Who gives a fuck? Do we care about the best player on the defense? No. Who's the best player on the Patriots defense?
Probably
Judon
McCourty or Jason McCourty.
Nah, he's not there no more.
He's not there. Yeah.
Judon.
Yeah,
Judon. Probably Judon.
I
don't know though. It might be
who's the linebacker?
Never mind. He going to jail. Fuck. Yeah, it's Judon, bro. It's Judon.
It's Judon. Okay. Do you know where he ranks in fucking highest paid defensive ends?
Shit, probably 32nd.
Low as fuck. Low. And we're not
Billy.
This and that.
Billy.
Yes.
You go to my team, literally the cheapest team in the league. That's why we worth so much, because we don't pay nobody, Billy. You gotta go to another team, bro. You can't show the Patriots, bro.
Okay. Who is the best quarterback in the league?
Jared Goff.
Shut up. Patrick
Pat
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
He makes the 9th most of any quarterback in the NFL. Stop.
That's because he structured that dumbass contract, dude.
Because he's okay with not being the highest paid person. If you want to be the highest paid person, go play for a team that's not going to do shit. That's the thing,
in a
man.
Saudi Arabian league.
Bingo. Yeah, go. I mean, they're gonna start.
Billy.
Guarantee they'll start one.
Yeah. I mean, they will, bro. They finna pay James Harden $900 million. That's a different subject, though. Christian, how you feel about Josh Jacobs signing?
I mean, I think it's what you should expect. I mean, that's what Saquon got pretty much. I hate them running backs ain't getting love, but that's where we are right now. That's really all I got.
What about you? No toes out, but then showed your fucking toes?
It's too much for a one-hit wonder. I don't care about what he did 4 years ago as a rookie season. He had one good year this last year.
Yeah, but every time you preach, Matt, your favorite saying about the NFL is it's not about what you did back then. It's about what have you done for me lately. Matt, that's you. I can go back to a bunch of shows.
But not for a contract. You're not going to be the highest paid.
Matt, no, Matt. You cannot change it up. You said, what have you done for me lately? Lately, What did he do, Matt? What did he lead? He led the NFL in what?
Rushing, yes.
And what is he?
Now, does he deserve on a terrible team? Does he deserve to be? What were they going to do? Fucking throw it a million times? No, they fucking hand it to Josh Jacobs.
Matt, I'm just asking you a question, going off of your own merit. You said, "What have you done for me lately?" Did he or did he not, as a running back, lead the league in rushing?
Yes.
So does that mean if he was getting the eval? If he was getting the eval, Matt, would he not get the EP?
Yeah, but he wouldn't get Matt.
Matt, I just need yes or no. He would get the EP. The EP would then do what, Matt? On his test, give him what? 20 fucking points so he can get promoted. So let's put this into layman's term because Christian's lost. Christian, on your job, when you do really well, you get a promotion. And the military is called an eval. You get evaluated, Christian, wherever you work at, to see if you deserve a raise or not. Now, because me, Matt, and Billy are all different, so I can't compare us. But if Billy is the best cook there is, then he gets the EP, and now he gets moved up the next rank. If Matt is the best utility man, are you a UT, Matt?
He's a CN.
God damn.
If he's the best construction mechanic there is, he puts the most engines in every vehicle that we got. He's getting the EP, and then he ain't gonna put no more engines in because now he's sitting in the front office in the AC. If I'm the best logistician that is Christian, I'm not doing nothing but paperwork and signing shit. So with him being the best running back,
doing second count.
Fuck no. Did John do second count? Third? Fuck no. I ain't doing shit. I'm living my life. Just like,
hey, did you do that? All right, cool. And then
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Put up a picture of my dog John. If I stay in the Navy, I want to be just like this motherfucker right here, bro. Just like John, bro. Exactly. Did you do it? Yep. All right then. Yeah. So he fucking said he did it. That's John right there. It's fucking Gulfport. So back to what I'm saying about Josh Jacobs. As the number one player in that position for last year, because Matt said, and I quote, "What have you done for me lately?" Well, I led the league in rushing. Pay me. I don't care about what Billy talking about. Well, you signed it at the NFLPA. Let you what?
I'm just saying. I think Matt's argument is for legacy of what have you done for me lately kind of thing, not a contract dispute. I don't think it's the same thing, dude.
No, that's not
what I said. If you want to use the Navy thing, that's fine. But he's not going to be the one to get Matt. He's going to be the guy who got like the number 2 EP the last few years. He's going to get the money. Christian McCaffrey has never led the league in rushing, but he got the money. He got Matt.
I hate to bring because we talked about MLK at the beginning of the show. We know I got.
Here we go.
We know I got.
And we also talked about AI in practice.
Yeah.
So.
And Christian McCaffrey ain't been to about 14 practices in his whole career because he's been fucking hurt, man. All right.
Hey.
So,
he showed every year he can be good.
Moving on. I think Josh Jacobs should get paid. But Stephen A. been taking a lot of shots from a lot of different people calling him out. Alonzo with the fake one leg, and now Stephon Diggs saying, "Hey, that shit ain't true." What y'all think? Y'all think Stephon Diggs? Because this ain't the first time we done heard about this Stephon Diggs shit, and I feel like there's some truth to it because he missed a couple days of training camp. How you feel about that, Matt? Or do you feel like there's some truth to it? And part 2 to this question: if there's some truth to it, where do you see him land in just one spot? Not where you want him to land, not Detroit. Where do you see him land?
I don't see him landing anywhere. His contract's too big for. I think. Let's just back it up a little bit. But there's only like 3 teams who have more than 15 million in cap space entering the season right now. I'm not sure what his fucking cap hit is, but they'd have to do some reorganizing to get him there. So realistically, there's like 3, 4, maybe 5 teams he could realistically go to money-wise. And I know the Lions have the most cap room at 19 million. So 3, 4, 5 is not going to be very high.
So you got your dream. You can go to Detroit. All right. Whatever.
No, I don't want him in Detroit. We got enough things going on. I'd like to use that money elsewhere. He's like 31. I don't want to spend money on a 31-year-old wide receiver. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's 50-50.
Everybody else done gambled their way off the field.
Hey.
But
you gotta risk it. You gotta risk it for the biscuit, you know?
You said it's 50-50, Matt?
50-50. I don't know if he wants out of Buffalo, like you're in the playoffs every year, just like how we're talking with Dabo. We're like, you're competitive. Like, do you really want to switch from being competitive every year? You may have that year where you break through and finally get it, but if you pull the plug on it too early, you'll never know. So, like, why?
But he do know, Matt. They didn't go out and get the dominant back that they should have. Damian Harris, he's good, but I don't think he's the dominant back that they
because they got his little brother. They think he's the same guy. They're idiots. I get it.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, we got his brother.
So I feel like Stephon's like, y'all went and got this one. We could have got Alvin Kamara. We could have got Josh Jacobs. We could have got Jonathan Taylor. Y'all went and got Damian Harris. Okay, let me get up out of here. Chris, how you feel about it?
I just feel like, where's he going to go? What top team is about to pay him big money?
That's what we're asking.
What if he take a pay cut?
I don't think he wants to do that. I think he wants to get paid top money and he wants to be on a competitive team, but I mean, he's at the perfect situation.
I know a dumbass team that'll put him with his brother and take all the cap hit. Jerry would make that shit work.
I don't think
Billy, you don't think he'll make it work?
Talking about in Dallas?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll make a move to get him.
Dallas is the most unpredictable NFL franchise we've ever seen.
But Jerry likes a lot of homegrown superstars. He doesn't usually sign one as a free agent.
That's fair. That's a fair point. I wish Chris was here to kind of say yay or nay to that. But I also think if the reports are true, number one, Stephon Diggs did the same thing in Minnesota where he was rightfully so in Minnesota where he was like, I'm the best receiver on the team. Adam Thielen got a lot more love than he should have got because he was never the best receiver on the team. The best receiver was Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs gets to Buffalo. They do worse and worse in the playoffs as Stephon Diggs has been there. So they get to the AFC Championship game, boom. They get to the round before the AFC Championship game, out of there. They get to this year, out of there. It doesn't fucking matter. So you're looking at it where Stephon Diggs is upset that they're not going where they need to be, but there's not a lot of organizations unless you go to a Kansas City, maybe a San Francisco. Maybe, but Kyle Shanahan is not going to pay him. So I do think Dallas would be the best landing spot for him, but they're not going to pay him either. So if he is looking for the money, it doesn't matter. But if he's looking for a title contender, why would you try to move off of you don't believe in Buffalo because they are a title contender? If we're being real.
fuck it. I agree with everything Billy said. I do also think that Dallas would be the spot because they're dumb enough to do it. But if you ain't happy at home, Stephon, and you don't want, if it ain't about the money, I know a coach that'll take you because we need you.
But y'all don't like to spend money on
I just
trades,
said if it ain't
really.
I just said if it ain't about the money, but shit, I know we got cap space. We don't pay nobody. Like we don't pay no fucking body. But I know he's not going to Detroit. So hey, come on to New England,
I'm
man.
confused with what he wants. I mean, he's the number one guy. He's on a contending team. He's getting paid. Right, like I don't know what he's really looking for. What there is to complain. Because you
like I said,
it's
not. I don't think that it's Josh Allen. I think it's because when Josh Allen run for 110 yards in a game, you get tired as fuck. He start doing ducks when they get down to the fucking red zone, where Stephon be one-on-one covering and be like, "Yo, I beat this dude. You couldn't give me the ball." That shit get old, Chris.
But is that a thing to be like, okay, I'm about to leave this title contending team to go somewhere else, an average team?
He literally did it with Minnesota. Minnesota went to the NFC Championship game. He was gone the next year.
Right, but he went to a contending team. I don't see that happening now. Like Matt said, being 31.
But he's contending at the time when he went there.
You said what?
Either way, because we can get into this. It's a lot of contract discussion this week for the NFL. Our Mississippi home. Well, Christian ain't really, but Christian Noah. Did you play against that nigga? He older than you.
I played him the year after he graduated.
Oh,
damn. That's a good thing.
I would have blocked that thing. I ain't gonna lie. Chris Jones hints that he'll sit out to week 8. My brother in Mississippi Christ. You've been to the Super Bowl 3 times already in your little young career. Fuck all that. Just keep playing, bro. You from Mississippi. You probably done made enough money to buy the whole town of Houston. Fuck it. I get it, because you worked it. But we don't know if you really worked it because your team sucked. So we don't know. I mean, ain't no defensive lineman around him that look good. So he gonna get all that. Yeah. You're not sorry.
You said,
did he go to Mississippi State? He went to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man.
So, Antonio, you just said we know that he's really good, but he shouldn't get paid because he should be happy with winning the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just for him.
Well, I think he's also bringing in the cost of living in Mississippi.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
bro. Live in Mississippi.
That's what I'm saying. This is a Mississippian. I'm talking to him because we from the same area. I know that you can come home and be the mayor of Houston and the surrounding counties. And have a house. Yeah, like, bro.
They'll give him the keys to the city.
Yeah, but like one
with that Brett Favre shit, he could probably just buy Mississippi and just
exactly, bro. So, but I get it, bro. Like, I don't think as much love that running backs don't get. I don't think, and I blame this fat motherfucker from Washington that they paid his ass and then his out of shape ass. Yeah, his out of shape ass. That's the reason why you ain't getting no love, Chris Jones. Hainsworth fucked it up for the big boys for real on the defensive side of the ball. How y'all feel about it though? Y'all think he should sit out?
I know what he needs to do. He's just trying to avoid Dan Campbell week 1 this Thursday. That's what he's trying to avoid. He doesn't want to play.
Thinking about
he doesn't want to get them kneecaps bitten off. He's on the wrong side of 30.
All right, well, Matt gave us a terrible take. Billy, what you think, man? What should he do?
Table his nose.
Like I've said, I'm all about everybody getting the bread that they think they deserve. Sit out as much as you want, and then just play from week 8 on and go play in the Super Bowl again. Who cares? Fuck it. 8 weeks off, dude.
Yeah, bro. Fuck it. Go to Mississippi, eat all the greens and shit that you want. Chris, how you feel about it, man? Me and you being defensive lineman, Billy gonna understand our pain.
I look at it both ways. I understand get your money, and if they don't want to pay you, don't play. But then the game ain't with so long. Play as much as you can. They should.
That's what I'm saying. Like Albert Hainsworth fucked it up, but bruh, the SEC is putting out one of you every fucking year, dog. Like,
Right.
and they just getting better. Billy know the best defensive lineman come from the SEC. Stop it, but like, damn, you just gotta make a fake. Either way, they spitting out a Chris Jones every year. Like, fuck. Eagles got 4 of them motherfuckers lining up against you on Sundays, bro. So they spitting it out. You doing good. You, like I said, I think you done been to 3 Super Bowls in your young career, won 2 of them hoes. Just, I know it ain't, it. What is he asking for? Like a lot? Is he asking for a lot?
The reports aren't the best of what like he's exactly asking for.
I don't know. Like I said, I know he's not gonna get ridiculous money like that. I don't know if he's looking for Aaron Donald money. Probably not gonna get that. But I get your frustration. I look at it for real. I mean, you have been to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row, or not 3 years in a row, but 3 out of the last 4 or 5 years, and your name is called the most on the defensive side of the ball, so I can understand that. But let's be for real, y'all defense not that good. Y'all offense just carries y'all. No slight to him. Like I said, he is their defense. Like he's the best player on their defense. That's no slight to that. But Andy Reid's the offensive coach. I don't think you're getting paid like that on the defensive side of the ball. I don't care who you is, because all he gonna do is get rid of you and go put up 40 points with Pat and them boys on that side of the ball and not care how many the other. He's just gonna outscore them. So yeah, man, try to get your chickens, but I don't think so. Moving on, back to the sorry ass Cowgirls. Missing you, Chris. They trade a 4th round pick for Trey Lance, and we got to see Skip Bayless get bullied on his first episode of his new show talking about today. Show's ass, but Lil Wayne, what a fucking intro. God damn, that intro was good. That new intro was amazing. Wayne, shout out to
because I was kind of excited to watch too, and I was like, damn, this intro is good. And then it got there, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to Uncle Shannon. They needed 4 to replace you. It ain't gonna be enough. But for the first day, they didn't let Skip talk at all. He just shook his head and nodded. But they talked about Trey Lance today, and I kind of agree with him. We ain't seen him do much. Like I said, I don't know who I was arguing with. I might have been, I don't know who it was, but I don't think Trey Lance is better than Cooper Rush over there. We seen Cooper Rush win 5 games for the Cowboys. Shit, Cooper Rush probably would have took them further than Dak did when he got back. Being realistic, bro, like I'm just being real, Billy. Like, we ain't see him lose. we didn't see him lose. He did exactly what you needed a quarterback to do. Game manage, got him down the field, won, did what he needed to do. So I don't understand the move. I don't understand the move by Jerry, but when you get a quarterback like that, it makes sense because now I got some trade leverage because everybody looking for a backup quarterback or a quarterback to start their franchise, and you got him for a 4th. So I ain't mad at it, but it don't make sense because are you gonna trade when it's time for a contract up renegotiations? Are you gonna keep Cooper or are you gonna keep Trey Lance? So how y'all feel about it?
I think it's the start of the end.
Go ahead, Christian.
I was just gonna say I think it's the start of the end. I think he's just gonna get buried down depth chart after depth chart, and that's it. It was just a bust. He's gonna end up being a bust, I think.
How you feel about it, Todd or Campbell?
Unless for whatever reason they trade Cooper Rush, I don't think we hear from Trey Lance unless Dak gets hurt. But I don't think we hear from him really again until he goes on to his team.
And that's what I'm saying.
Kind of like a Geno situation.
I just don't get it, Matt, because even if he get hurt, they know what they got with Cooper Rush. We ain't seen Trey Lance play with what, 3 games, 2 games, 1 game?
But I think it's the reason why the Niners took him is like the upside you have with him is greater than Rush. And that's why you started Dak again, because the upside's greater. But then you didn't get the upside. You got a guy who led the league in picks. So like that's why they made the trades because of the upside.
Yeah, but the upside is a bunch of fucking dudes that ain't played in years saying, "Hey, well, this quarterback's gonna give you the most." I don't give a fuck about that, man. I seen what Cooper Rush did for me. He won 5 fucking games. That's the upside. We undefeated. Like that's the upside, and I get it. I paid that to be my franchise quarterback. I do get that. That's the only upside. I did pay the bread for him, but I feel like the Trey Lance thing. I know it's an easy grab, but I feel like it's a slap in the face to Cooper Rush. Like, hey, bro, I like Matt said, whatever you done for me lately, I won y'all 5 fucking games.
So,
how you feel about it, Bill? I felt like I was gonna skip it.
No, that's okay. But I did do some research for this because I thought Chris was going to be here, but he's not. So I'll kind of take. I don't know which way he was going because he did say he was going to go in on this topic. I don't know which way he was trying to go, but I know he hates Dak. So here we go. I got my first thing. Dak. There's been reports that Dak is looking for north of $200 million on his next contract. So that's my first thing. Yeah, not a fucking chance am I paying that. I don't care about a franchise, and I'm big on get your franchise quarterback.
You know why he asking for that, Billy? Because they stomped his ass out in Florida. His mind ain't been right since. But go ahead.
So that was my first thing, right? Is Dak is asking for all this money. There's no fucking way he's going to get that. Number two, again, all this Cooper Rush talk, and it's fine, it's great, and I understand where everybody's coming from, but at the same time, Kellen Moore is not there anymore. I say what you will, Kellen Moore can call an offensive game very well. If we look at that playoff rush where Dak ran for the first down, they just didn't happen to spike it in time, and it took a little too long to get there. That was a great play call because no one was ready for that, and Dak did the right thing, and Kellen Moore had the right call. I don't care what anybody says. It just was not executed the best way. That's number two. But if you can get a Trey Lance in there, who Kyle Shanahan, again, I will speak his praises forever on this show. Kyle Shanahan knows quarterbacks. I think it just – maybe Trey isn't understanding of the offense that Kyle's trying to run, this kind of like, I want you to just take care of the ball. Don't make too many big plays. Don't do X, Y, Z. The kid was a number 3 pick for a reason. I'm not saying he's a bust just yet. Give him this, maybe get him a season to start if he's not injured. Because I'm big on if you're injury prone, you are a bust. But if he can kind of recuperate himself and get there, I think maybe Dallas has the means to let go of Dak. And that sounds crazy because he is a franchise quarterback. But let go of Dak. Fucking let Trey maybe get a little onesie-twosie thing here. Mike McCarthy's probably going to sit there because he's going to win at least get into the playoffs again this year because the NFC sucks. I could see where Dallas is trying to come from and saying, hey, instead of wasting a draft pick, let's trade away a draft pick and take this guy, and that's going to be our guy who has seen some NFL things. So that maybe that's where they're at.
I feel that. Moving from the Cowboys to another dumbass franchise. What the fuck are they doing in Arizona, man? Like,
so I almost went first last time. I just literally cannot understand what they're trying to do unless they trade Kyler Murray. That's the only way I could see all of these moves. Let's get rid of all these players. Correct me if I'm wrong. Budda Baker is still there.
Yeah, but he wants out.
No, but he wants out, right? But they haven't given him away for anything. And it's like, I don't know if these NFL teams are like, oh, yeah, I'm just waiting to fucking give him another 6th-round draft pick for Budda Baker. What the fuck are they doing? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. And I think even before then, when they drafted Josh Rosen at 10, hey, let's restart. Let's do all that. Like, that was I thought that was a great franchise move because you understand, hey, Josh Rosen isn't it. Let's just fucking revamp this entire thing. I've never been a fan of Cliff Kingsbury. I'm glad he got fired because he didn't belong in the NFL. But now with this Kyler situation, is anybody going to give anything up for Kyler? Like, what are you doing?
I think I know what they're doing.
Go ahead, Matt.
I don't think they're tanking for Caleb Williams. I think they're tanking for Marvin Harrison.
Whoa.
I don't know what these moves are doing surrounding it, but I feel like that's the only logical. If they're not going to trade Kyler, they're going to go after the best offensive weapon in the draft, Marvin Harrison.
Hey,
and then ruin his career. But then, yeah.
Well, you had D-Hop, so why get rid of him too?
cost too much money when they could just tank for a year and then get a guy on a rookie contract?
What you about to say, Christian?
If I'm not mistaken, don't they have what is it, the Texans first round pick next year too? Themselves, and they got somebody else be a top 5. So I think get Caleb, get Marvin Harris.
You didn't get both of them?
No.
Get both of them.
Way.
It's going to be Marvin and probably the top defensive player or the 2 top offensive players not named Caleb.
I think they selling the franchise. That's what they moving like. I
hate it for Jonathan Gannon though. I think this is, unless this is the plan, but he's set up to fail. It's turmoil out there. The head coach.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Unless this is the plan, hey, you go in there, it's gonna be a shit show for a minute. But
Billy been knowing since we started this show how I feel about Kyler Murray. You should have went to the minors and played baseball, and we wouldn't be in this situation because a video game. And don't get me wrong, I love my Call of Duty, but if my job has to ask me not to play Call of Duty, bro, and they paying me millions of dollars because I don't know my playbook, I'm kind of dropping the ball. So yeah, I just think Kyler is terrible. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think he sucked. I just think he's terrible. Him and Trey Young, I'm always make this comparison. Trey Young don't suck. He just got shitty attitude, and he got my homeboy fired. So I don't care. I don't know. The Cardinals, I don't know what the fuck they got going on for real. I just want them to sell the team to St. Louis. Let's get the Rams back or something like that. Okay, let's change the atmosphere back.
Well, we have 2 St. Louis Cardinal teams, huh? You like that?
Yeah. See? That would be
Same
hard.
color scheme.
That would be hard, man. But while we're talking about the greatest show on turf, let's talk about the greatest segment, or one of the greatest segments on BrickShots with Billy Antonio. Christian, let's get in your corner.
We'll get to Christian's corner. We're gonna change it up a little bit this week. I'm gonna go more current sports. I'm gonna just start off with an argument that we've all had, and we just really haven't made it a topic. But we're gonna get the real answers right here, and I'm pretty sure where 2 of us are going. But Billy, I'm really curious on what you'll say. We college football's got started, so let's take it there. Who's the best running back in college football right now? Matt, let me hear your answer first.
There's going to be one happy camper in the camp of the BrickShots camp, and it's going to be Tonio because I can't say his first name. Jenkins from Ole Miss is going to be the best running back in the country.
Can't say his last name.
It's Judkins, but
Judkins. I've been drinking. That's a little different though. So, so I understand where maybe Christian was trying to force the answer to Michigan with Blake Corum, but
no, just one honest answer.
That's just where I'm thinking. I think having a 2-man running back like they're going to have in Michigan, I think with Ole Miss is going to be relying really heavy on that run game. They just got Spencer Sanders from Oklahoma State. I just think he's going to be.
Let me squeeze a question in. If you were a head coach, who would you want as your running back?
Oh, that's different. Blake. I would take Blake Corum. Yes.
Don't switch it up. Still taking Judkins.
No, that's a different question.
All right, Billy. Hey, Billy. If you was a head coach, a head coach without the best offensive line in the country, who you taking?
I'm going to take Blake.
Why?
Because I'm going to give him the ball 30 times a game, regardless of what's happening.
We seen Judkins run behind a sorry ass offensive line.
So, with that being said,
anyway, you know who I'm going with. I'm going with Judkins. Didn't have the best offensive line in the country like Corum. He get hit in his ankle and limp off like a bitch like Corum.
Devin Witherspoon, helmet to the knee, whatever.
And
top 5 draft pick, number 5 actually.
I don't. Not no slight because I know like I said earlier. I know Corum's not a slump or a chump at all. He is a top running back. I just got Judkins because now those carries that went to Zach Evans, who's in the NFL now, that's gone. So them 800 yards can go to Judkins, and now hey, maybe we got a 2,000-yard season because I'm getting the carries. Like, I'm getting all the carries. And I've been seeing, like, of course, y'all don't follow the count, but he's stronger. 40 time, then drop, like, by some points. So he got faster. So
Yeah, I saw you put on like 10 pounds.
He did.
Yeah. So
good.
I don't know. I'm going Judkins and not because of bias. I'm just, like I said, man, of course I know Corum is good as fuck, but Corum does have the best offensive line. So pound for pound, I don't know what he doing behind a SART or a mediocre offensive line. I know what this dude doing behind a mediocre offensive line. So, and we drafted or we recruited some linemen this year that should be good. So now I get to see him behind a stop spinning, you nasty fuck.
Fucking keep going.
I see it trapped on the bottom. It didn't come out. It was bad. So I'm going Judkins. We don't have to go to Matt because I know Matt's going.
No, we want to hear his answer. Matt, who you got?
Is he done? I don't know. He just kept going on and on.
He's
all right. I'm actually going to go Donovan Edwards because he can catch. He's faster than both of them. I believe if you flip the carries, if you gave more carries to Donovan Edwards than Blake Corum, he's going to lead the league in rushing. But Blake is a top running back, so is Donovan. They're going to give Blake more carries because he is more senior. But I believe Donovan Edwards is the best running back in the nation.
Hey, hit one for me, Billy. Thank you. Go ahead, Chris.
We spoke earlier about Clemson having a down year. I would just want to ask, does everybody think last year was a down year?
Yes.
Yeah.
So do they have a better season this year, or does Texas A&M?
Oh, Clemson.
For sure. They still in the ACC. Only test they really got out there is Florida State if they turn it around like everybody's talking about. But they still play Miami trash. They still play
Wake Forest without
Wake Forest. I don't know how good North Carolina's gonna be this year. Bro. They still win the ACC.
Yeah.
I think. Unless like that quarterback from Florida State turns it around in a tremendous way, then Texas A&M got too much heavy shit to go through. So no.
They suck. If we're being for real, they just suck. They're not
good. And all them people that they played, that they pay NIL money to transfer it out. So like all them top recruits that they paid left. So
No.
It's Clemson by a long shot. I think probably about 4 games.
Does John Morant turn it around this season?
Not pulling guns out, or
I think
just all the chaos, all the chaotic craziness.
I don't think so. I think John Morant is this generation's. I think John Morant is this generation's Allen Iverson. The only difference was social media wasn't. I mean, Allen Iverson was controversial, is what I'm saying. Like they wanted him. They made people start wearing suits to press conferences.
No.
Allen Iverson was getting his hair braided on the side. I ain't talking about like Allen Iverson still getting in trouble, Billy. Like he was doing crazy shit or stuff that was seen as crazy. Because, like I said, flashing a gun ain't bad, especially in Tennessee. Billy, what was you about to say?
So my answer with you was yes, I think he does turn around. I think he gets his quote unquote act together. I don't think we've said this on the show 100 times. Like he didn't do anything wrong, but when the NBA is telling you don't do this, don't do it, right? But with the Allen Iverson comparison, that's where my mind goes to, like where me and Tony are about to disagree super hard, where AI was like, I'm not wearing a fucking suit to a game. That's stupid. Because it is. In general, that's just stupid.
Yeah, I ain't talking about the situations. I'm talking about the controversialness. That's a word.
Can I bring up what Tonio used earlier?
Go ahead.
If you're gonna pay me millions to not play video games, I'm gonna stop playing video games. If I'm gonna pay you millions and I tell you to stop flashing the gun, I'm gonna stop flashing the gun. That's what you said with Kyler earlier.
What the fuck that got to do with him doing it? They already told him not to do this shit and he kept doing it. The question was, is he going to turn it around? And I said no.
Julio said no. Yeah, that's the thing.
No.
It's like I just don't like the AI comparison because it was. Are we comparing the NBA? Never said you can't look like this or do this. It was just.
I mean, they damn near did, Billy. They wanted people to start wearing suits.
Damn near did, and saying do not have cornrows.
Okay, I get it. All right, so I take it. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I was just talking about not for the same situations, just for the controversy surrounding.
Yeah, in general, because that was the big thing when AI did show up with cornrows and fucking a regular, like he just looked like a dude, and the NBA was like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? Like you can't do that." And he's like, "Where does it say that?"
No, I don't think he flashes a gun, but I do think we see him in the headlines for some shit, like something he gonna get talked about. But I don't.
DMs get exposed. Zion.
Something. What you think, Matt?
Well,
you already talked. What you think?
I mean, I just didn't know it.
Ah.
Oh.
I don't know if the question was related to him gun or like on court, because on court he clearly
never
has
fell off on court. That's the thing too.
I don't know. Hopefully.
Last question.
You didn't say what you thought, Christian.
I think
this one.
Yeah, I just think, damn, I want him to, but his track record just
the warm and fuzzies, huh?
Yeah. I want him to. I really want him to. I don't want nobody to think I hate him because, first of all, he looked like me, so I want him to be great. Billy, hey, you get it, bro. He looked like me, so I want him to be great. But when your dad is in your camp and you do all this shit and nothing said, you just still in his camp on the corner, like, hey, bro, pull me. As I would have won, Michael Moore would have been slapped the fuck out my neck. I ain't gonna lie. Like, hey, bro, hey, whoa, look at this, man. You finna lose all these millions of dollars. Already losing millions of dollars. You just got your Nike shoe, and now you're doing this shit. Or
Michael Moore wouldn't have let it get to where it was, though. That's the
fuck no. Hell no. I would have, hey, boy, hey, wear a suit to the next interview, all right? Man, I ain't wearing you what? Yes, sir. So now I wouldn't have got there, bro. But I just feel like it started with his camp. I don't think he should have better friends. I think his friends should not record all that shit. Like, bro, you've been around Ja Morant now for 2 years. Like, hey, the world don't need to know what Ja Morant doing. Like, LeBron only pull his live out when he around his family or some of his friends that's doing PC shit. Like, his last IG was about his dumbass pajamas and Bronny's fit. Like, he's talking to his family. That's what you need to post, bro. Like, you don't need to be like, yo, I'm in the club, fuck all that.
But see, then in social media, Bron's getting crushed because they're like, look at this corny ass dude. And it's like, well, would you want
like fucking 40? What do you expect a 40-year-old?
Corny ass billionaire that ain't got suspended from the game. Like, fuck it. But go ahead, Christian.
Last question. I'm gonna name a few teams. I'm gonna just give y'all a number above or under, and y'all just tell me yes or no. We're gonna start with y'all's favorite, Colorado, above or under 6 wins.
You said yes or no.
Below. I love Colorado.
Below. Above. You going below? Okay.
I got what you said.
Wait,
6 wins, right?
6 wins.
Wait, above 6 wins? No, I'm going below. I'm going right at 6 wins. So
respect.
I'm going above. I think they get to 7, possibly 8.
Maybe though, man. I don't know, bro. Because I watched the top team and they struggle with San Jose State, bro. So it's really hard. It's really hard, bro. Like, and I knew the media was gonna be like, "Oh, Caleb Williams threw for 450." It's San Jose State, bro. Like, San Jose State ran a kickoff back on these motherfuckers and was like,
"We hate Notre Dame, but Navy got 3." Like, there's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what about like? Let me give y'all some more. Above or under 7 wins for Miami?
Below. I got them winning 4.
Maybe.
I am winning 0. Fuck that team.
What you got, Chris?
I got Miami. I got below. Damn, I want them to get back to being somewhat relevant.
They never will, bro. It's over.
Their facilities are trash. They have no money.
Below or under 7 wins for Wisconsin?
I'm going above. I just believe in that running game. I don't know. I like Wisconsin's running game every year. I just feel like you can run the ball, control the games. A lot of the games you can win 7.
You're also in the easiest division in the Big Ten, so I'm also going over.
If Fickle doesn't fucking nuke it for us Navy people and continues to run the ball above 7.
Last two. Do you have above or under 6 wins for Nebraska?
I think Nebraska. Go ahead, Billy.
Oh, sorry. I'm going below. I love Matt Rule. I think he's going to turn it around. But even he himself said, I'm going to need a couple years to kind of get what because he said, and I'm quoting Matt Rule at this point, I'm not smart enough to just turn shit around like that. So I'm going below for this year. That's a bad team. That's a bad team.
What they win last year? 3 games?
4
games?
But I think they led the country in most games lost by 1 digit.
That was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago with Scott. That's why Scott Frost got the next year. And then when they saw it again, they were like, all right, no.
They didn't repeat it last year?
Mm-mm.
They got some big quarterback transfer. I forget his name. Not like big, but he's good.
Dude from Georgia Tech, Jeff Sims?
Yes, Jeff Sims.
Yeah, so if he does anything in the Big Ten East, I think they're like right at, you said 6 wins, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of like torn between above. I think they're like right at 6. So I'm going to go above.
Last one.
I'm with Matt.
I'm sorry. I thought you answered.
I'm with Matt. I'm going right there at 6. So, yeah. Go ahead, Chris.
Last one, above or under 8 wins for Oklahoma?
Below.
Below.
Yes.
The love below.
The love below. And certainly no love below. That shit is so good. I'm sorry. That's one of my favorite music videos of all time. But Oklahoma, like we hear Oklahoma, we hear OU, and we think these things that we've seen, years and years ago. We all saw the dynasty that they had in the late 90s, early 2000s, underneath Miami, obviously. But I just don't think – I think the Big 12 is way better than everybody's giving it credit for. You still have TCU. Baylor's a really good program with Dave Aranda there. Kansas State won the Big 12 last year. Oklahoma State has been good with Mike Gundy forever, the last 20 years. I just don't see a huge increase in Oklahoma's wins. I'm going below. I'm not – Oklahoma's one of those schools, not as bad as Texas because we've seen what Lincoln Riley did with them, but no. They also finished 3rd in recruiting for last year, or 4th in recruiting for last year. So I just don't see it.
I'm going, like I said, below. I don't think so. What you got, Matt?
Below. Oh, God. That's so good.
I already said above right away. They're above 8.
Why?
I think that Brent Venables is a good coach. They may be close to 8. They may not be in a big bowl game. They might not have 11 wins, but they're going to get 8 wins.
Okay.
I'm going to close it out with I got him at 8. That's going to conclude Chris's Corner for the week.
Oh, yeah.
Every year we bring Chris, or every week we bring Christian Corner, and Christian come with it. Christian's direction is going current, so y'all can get. I know a lot of y'all ain't historians like me, him, Matt, and Chris, but now that it's current and it's going on, Ja, please get your act together because you are very talented and very excited to watch. So if you can stay on the court, that would appease so many fans across America and the other countries who watch ball because you were supposed to be the face of the NBA. That shit happens, all right? Second chance, third chance. Just don't take it for granted. So, like I said, that was Christian gave us the sprinkle of NBA that we was going to have today. What can we say? Football is back. So, yeah.
Football all day.
That's what we was going to do.
We already did our predictions a couple weeks ago also. I still got them written, so we're still there.
Real quick, y'all seen the new logo at the beginning of the show. We will be getting merch out soon with that logo on there. It's gonna be fire. We'll put links when it comes out in our bios everywhere: Facebook, YouTube, IG, all of that shit, Twitter. So y'all can get y'all some Brick Shots with Billy Antonio t-shirts, beanies, cups, baby pacifiers, and all of that shit. Just Brick Shots, Billy Antonio. Thank y'all for tuning in with us. For the people that's been there, the people that's coming. This is episode 78. Matt, how did you have it? Your camera looked really good. Your apartment, I don't like it from this angle, but I can see it in 4K. That light is really bright in the background. That's how good the camera is.
We're working on things, all right? Fine tuning.
Respect.
No, that wasn't a shot at your camera. I'm saying the camera is really good, so I can see how many lumens is coming out of that bulb.
I can send the link for everyone to get it. It's not that expensive.
Me and Tony have Max. We don't need whatever you have.
Me too. I got Max too.
Shut up, Christian.
Yeah, Max, MAXX. Hey, Chris, how you felt about the show, man?
It was good. It was good. We missed our boy Chris, but I'm sure he'll be back. Hopefully he's good. He'll be back next week. And
Hope so.
We can talk real football games, better, more competition, and let's get this season rolling.
Billy, how you felt about it?
I felt the show was great. I think the show is always great. We did a better job of kind of condensing our topics to where we could get a little more topics in without our time crunch. Christian's Corner killed it as it does every week. But next week, we're doing a show Wednesday, so we're going to put it out Thursday. Just because football season's coming up, we're not going to miss a Monday night game or a Thursday night game. We're just going to do our show on Wednesday night, put it out Thursday morning. You're going to see it before we watch our Thursday night game. You'll see our predictions. We might do a Friday thing, or we might do our Wednesday night prediction, so you can see it Thursday morning for the Thursday game. Put a show out on Friday so you can get our weekend picks also.
Also, still in the works. If I can get Billy to agree to it, we might do a Peyton and Eli thing, where it's the BrickShots version on the Monday night football game, because I know y'all like seeing us on Monday nights. Also, before we get off here and sign off, tune in this Friday for our big draft special for our fantasy football league. That will be airing this Friday. If you're in the league, be there, be square, or I will steal your draft picks. So there's that. But it's been a great episode, like it always is. Love for all my boys, love to all our fans, and this has been episode 78 of BrickShots with Bill Antonio. Peace.
Thanks, y'all.